Hello, everybody. Sorry, I am late. Of all the things, my internet went down 3 minutes ago. So my Wi-Fi just decided to stop working. So I'm going to work through this. I have two Wi-Fi setups, and so I set up my second one, and we're going to see if this is going. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if the connection is good, and make sure your connection is good before you do that. So we can move forward, because if it's not a good connection, then I'm going to, okay, I'm getting the thumbs up from you guys. Good. All right, we are live today. I like to do some live feeds. I think you guys really like the live feeds, and so if it makes sense, I'm going to do it. If it doesn't, I will do the pre-made videos like we did yesterday with the Hot Wheels K case. I will try and not do too many introductions, but when your Wi-Fi goes down, you get flustered, and now all of a sudden I got to remember why I am here. We're here to do some Matchbox case, not even a case opening. I will do an unboxing on this actual case so you can see the assortments next week when I get the case from Matchbox and or A&J Toys. But before then, I was in a Walmart today, and if you followed the live feed yesterday, the live feed this morning, I popped into a store and was able to find this case and ended up buying every model of the new assortment. Here's the interesting thing. If you have found this case, this is actually the P case and or the G case, depending on, P case on the box. I can show you a picture later. And then it's the G assortment, or I think assortment number 7, if I'm remembering correctly. And there is nothing held over from the case previous. So that is something to think about as you are looking at these Matchbox assortments. There may have been a change. We might see some details on that later, but everything in this case, we'll talk about it more when I do the unboxing, is new to this case. No holdovers from the previous. So if you're looking, that was the P case. Let's see. So the N case prior, the new models in there were this Plymouth police car and this Jeep. That's the only time you're going to see them. So if you see that case and you want those models, you got to pick those up. And then my guess is when we see the next case, which would be Q, none of these will be in that case. It'll be all new models. So that's my assumption. I guess we'll find out when the next case comes. But only, instead of like Hot Wheels has always had the holdovers, like you see something in one case, you'll see it in the next. And that's been the same with Matchbox, but I don't think that's going to be the same anymore. So there may have been some multiples in there. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out when we do the unboxing, but very interesting. Matchbox is not going out of business. So, Jeffrey, well, I don't know where you heard that. Mattel would have to go out of business first, so who knows? Maybe, no. All right, so I have all of the models from this assortment. We're going to open them up. Some of them you've seen before in previews. Some of them I took out of a... I remember the, what was it, the 9-pack previous. And so let's just get right to it. I have my little trusty little turntable too. We'll let that work as well. I'm going to open the Supreme Hauler. One of you's asking about that. And I'll open that in a different video once I get to it. But there seems to be always something to do before I can open the Supreme Hauler. All right, first one is the Matchbox Chow Wagon. This name changes a lot. We've seen this one before because it's what's cool. We'll start with the artwork. It is a Sriracha truck, Sriracha food truck, which I think is pretty sweet. And if you noticed, because they position Matchbox this way in the blister, they actually made this reverse. The food side of it should actually be on the other side, right? When it's parked against the street. But all right. So there you go. There's the food side. You can see the Sriracha logo. So this is actually a licensed logo on this. There, you can see it better on this side, which I think is kind of cool. I'll go ahead and set this up here. I'm going to try and park everything. It might be kind of difficult to do, but you can kind of see this. We'll move a little bit closer in as well. There you go. All right, next one. I think this is a new model. This is the new Matchbox Armored Truck, which has that new style of Matchbox cab. Oh, I gotta realize I'm a little too close. There's the artwork from the Matchbox service line. Maybe I'm too close. I'll get to the Titan. I promise. So, plastic body, metal base. I know a lot of you don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of that either, but for the most part, the models that I like, the licensed models, are metal body, plastic base. Where did I take the sweet car pics? I took them at JDM Legends, and there's a video coming. Probably not for another week or so, but it'll be very, very cool. All right, the load lifter. There's the art. I really like the construction art with the piles of dirt in the background and the buildings, everything getting built. And I ripped that up pretty good. So this one has the moving part here. Body's metal, the base is plastic. Okay. Trying to make it so you guys can see it. This is the Matchbox SWAT. So it's a cool looking model. Some people don't like it, again, because it's not one that I'm, really that into, but we've seen several versions of the SWAT truck. Plastic body once again, but it is quite detailed with the plastic body. I'll give it that. A lot of you guys like the ink models. This is the ground grinder. I think this has been an ink model before. We will see some repeat graphics from Matchbox. I think it's something they've done. The explanation has been that by doing this, this allows them to do other models and other decos on some other thing, something like that. There's only a certain amount of SKUs that they can do, meaning the amount of new models they can create, and they've created a lot for the moving parts. But it also means there's only a certain amount of decos they can do, and getting into all of the intricacies on that is kind of hard, and in fact, I don't understand all of it. But by repeating some, and I don't know how often we'll see it, but by repeating some of the decos, it means we can see some new ones elsewhere. So the INK, or the ink deco, has been seen on a lot of models, and I think David Tilley on Instagram showed all of them just recently. So there's a new one. Camo Convoy, should say that right. This, I think, is the second version of this one. Wasn't it blue to start? Really cool deco there. Like the white rimmed wheels. We got to bust through these, huh? You guys want the licensed models. Oh, I'll show this here. There we go. And I think has that removable top. Yeah, Michael Geralda did the INC, so that's kind of cool. Okay, someone tell me, is this one new? I don't think it is. I don't think this is a new casting. Matchbox Mini Swisher. But I can't remember. I like the deco on it. There's the something about my part 3 of my cool Carney display case. I can't remember. Did I do a part 1 and 2? Here's whoa, dropped it. Got to drop something occasionally. I'd rather drop this one than some other models I've opened recently, right? So that one survived. All right. Okay, this is the Hazard Squad. This is one of my all-timers in terms of unlicensed, but I mean, it's so realistic. I like that Matchbox, when they do unlicensed, they do them realistic. And this Hazard Squad, this hazmat truck, is super, super cool. This deco's been done before, as far as I remember, and the one problem is that this switched to a metal base. It's such a big casting and a plastic body. I actually collect this model, but I've only collected the metal body plastic base versions of it because I like it better. But for those of you who don't have it, this one is actually pretty cool. Super realistic. I just wish it had a little bit more metal in the body. It's kind of a bummer there. But it is what it is. So there you go. All right, on to the licensed castings. All of these are I'm making a mess here. All of these are new to I'll put these right here. All of these are new to this case, like I said. So Cookie Boy doesn't like the plastic body. I get it. All right, first one is the 2002 Hummer H2 SUV concept. So this is the actual concept. This casting's been around forever. Part of the construction. There's the deco. It says Global Constructex. So I'm wondering if there's any reference to anybody there. This one to me is almost unlicensed in terms of my level of interest in it. It's not a casting that I'm particularly fond of. It is metal. May not look it, but that's a kind of a matte white. But plastic body. You can see it's kind of that old style base too. What year does it say on there? 2002. It looks like it was updated in 2015. So Hummer. This one is cool. This is the 2016 Chevy Colorado Extreme. We'll get to the Titan. I think you guys will like that. This one was introduced last year. It was also the Toy Fair model for 2018, I believe. So it looks really cool in gray. I think orange was the first color, kind of a burnt orange, right? No, burnt orange was the Toy Fair, and then like just a more standard orange. That's a nice model. Just like the orange one, it's done just with the front and rear detailing, which I think looks really, really nice. That's a cool one. That is a cool one. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys like this one. Okay. Repeat casting. This is the Ford F550 Super Duty. And we saw this one. I can't remember if it was in a 5-pack or basic. That art looks awesome. And I actually looked for this one. I think I've got it in storage. I was trying to find the original version of this one to see if there's any differences, but I don't have it with me. So if you look it up, you could even just look on eBay or something. I bet you find the older version of this one, and you can see if there's anything different on it. But the F63, that's a deco that we've seen before. But I'm assuming that all is the same. The gray rear, the black base, interior, which is there, but it's hard to see. And I think this one is a repeat as well. The Freightliner M2 I may be wrong on that because the fire trucks are always red, or a lot of the times are red more than anything else. So I'm not entirely sure if this is a repeat or no. But I looked for this one too, but I have that one in storage as well. I have my Hazard truck, a lot of the other fire trucks in storage. I just don't have room for them here. I don't refer to them as much as I do others. So as more of, the licensed castings. I know these are licensed too, but Jabin hates it. Part 3 of how... Oh, I will try and show what I can in my... I'm not done with my display yet. In fact, I've got to go through a bunch of stuff. I've been so busy lately that a lot of that is on hold. All right. Should we get to some really serious stuff? I've really liked this Colorado. I'm going to push all this over here. But let's get to some pretty sweet stuff. Let's start with this. We have seen this before because it was in one of the 10 packs. 9 packs, excuse me. This is the 2002 now, Audi RS6 Avant. The base probably says 2004. Yep, it does. 2004 RS6 Avant. This is what Audi tells them to do. At first, they wanted to call it a 94. Matchbox said it's not a 94. They said call it a 94, and they said okay. So that's the only way we got the white one, which then they changed. Now I'm guessing Audi says no, call it an 02. And they're like, well, it's really the 04. And they're like, no, call it the 02. Hey, look, it is what it is. Ultimately, there it is. We've got it in blue. We've got it with the 5 spokes, and it looks fantastic. So, Audi, you do what you want, man. You be you, Audi. Matchbox will keep obliging if they have to, but it allows us to have this in the collection. Now, I'm going to show you guys, because there's a question, is this just a repeat? This is not. Obviously, with the 5 spokes, it's not. We've seen a couple other blues. This is the actually original Audi RS6, released back in 2006. And let's see what the license says there. It says for you 2 or something like that. And I'm guessing this one doesn't say that. Nope, not even close. And then you can see that the blues, once you put them together, are very different. Maybe it doesn't show as much, but truly they are. They are different. Well, maybe not. Who knows? All right, so that's the original. Then there was also another blue one released later on. I don't know what year this one was released, but let's look at the back. This one has some sort of code on it that we could figure out another time. But yeah, 10-spoke wheels. You can see this one was originally had the 10-spoke. This one has those 6-spoke, which are okay. I don't think they're great. And now this one, this is legit, right? Black interior as well. This one had a tan interior. And those 5 spokes look awesome. Yes, there is a post in the back, but that is a new safety regulation that in order to keep the casting safe and secure that they are required to do. Hot Wheels is too, with some of their more basic castings as well. So it's a bummer, but that is what they have to do. And, you know, it doesn't show up as much on this one. And, you know, ultimately the silhouette is fantastic. All right, I love that Audi. One of my favorite Matchbox castings, to be sure. How about that? 72 Lotus Europa Special. This thing is beautiful, and we have not seen it in this deco. You may have thought we had, but very different. That's an older version in this kind of metal flake brown. And I was wondering if it was the same, but it isn't even remotely close. This Lotus, I think this is one of the best things in this batch. With the trim on it, you can see in the picture how cool this looks. This is a very realistic Lotus deco. Monaco is shouting out to Colin. Now I'm shouting out both of you guys. How cool is that? Doesn't have the headlights, but it does get this trim on the sides and on the top. Really nice. I'll definitely photograph that one. You guys like this one? Pretty sweet too. And you notice too with those wheels, they just chromed the outside, not the inside, which makes it look kind of cool too. They typically chrome the tri-spokes portion of it as well. Really, really cool. You guys like that one? I do too. Looks like a lot of you like. Nima's saying this is called John Player Special Livery. That's cool. Oh. How'd you like that? Again, that's what happens when you do videos. Thanks, James. I've seen you before, James. You're a troll. All right. Happy to have you, though. 56 Jag XK140 Roadster in beautiful British Racing green. There is a beautiful art. We saw this one debut in red. Actually, I think I have. Hold on a second. There we go. So, no, we didn't see it in red. I got it mixed up. This one is started in gray, right? But third time I've dropped something. Yeah, the Austin Healey was red. Thanks, Captain Wolf. So we had this first one. This is the Jaguar XK120. This is the hardtop, 1954. And now we have, here, I'll put these together, the convertible. Pretty cool, right? How nice is that? So same tan interior, well, a little bit lighter colored. That thing is a winner as well. Okay. 2 more. The ones you guys have been asking for. You always have to save the ones that everyone wants for last, right? Let's put this Lotus over here in the background so you guys can look at it. Okay, which one you want first, the Titan or the Mercedes? Da, 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 da. You guys tell me which one. These are the new castings in this batch. Titan, Mercedes, Titan, Titan. Everyone wants the Titan. And there's made it. Well, we're going to get to both, right? Concept. So I saw someone make a comment, I think on Instagram, saying this one doesn't look exactly like a Titan because this is harassing. I like to keep it positive here. And he's not one who likes to do that. So we like to keep it positive. So there you go. That is a very, very cool Nissan Titan Warrior concept. New wheels on it. Should we open it? Part of the off-road. Wow, this thing is super, super detailed. I actually didn't get one of these to preview, so this is the first time I'm seeing that. Holy cow, guys, look how detailed this is. So you've got this kind of gunmetal gray. You've got a gloss black roof, so it's decoed on the roof. You've got deco on the rear, full deco. Look at that. They've got the sides, I think. Yeah. So side deco on the taillights, rear deco. And then on the front. Now I think, yeah, the headlights, looks like the grille is part of the plastic. Dang, that. What do you guys think of that? Is that awesome? That is a really, really good looking truck. Ish doesn't like it. Eliseo does. Yeah, a lot of you guys like it. I think it's cool. Ish really doesn't like it. Okay, well, we all like some things that don't. I think the execution is great, right? All right, here we go. Last one. I've already previewed this one, but let's have a look at it again. This is the Mercedes-Benz W123 Wagon. An instant candidate for best model of the year, right? We'll find out when we do the vote at the end of the year. But what a cool, cool choice by Matchbox to do this Mercedes wagon. Let's open it. What year would this be? Like 1980, something like that? Maybe 1980? I love the color. Let's look at the base. Yeah, actually look at that. 1980 Mercedes-Benz W123 wagon. Rear detail looks like a California plate, which looks cool. James is being a little more positive now, so we'll keep him around. And then the headlights. Look at that. What do you guys think of that one? So if we, let me go back a little bit. And if we go ahead and let's see. These are all the new models. You tell me, I'm going to move this down a little bit. You guys tell me which one at this point, we'll add the Titan and the Mercedes to it, which one you would pick as best new model so far. There's still several more to come. But you got the BMW, you have the Ram, you have the International Ambulance, you have, I can't remember the name of that truck, and that's my fault, I apologize. The Porsche, the off-road Porsche 911, which is awesome. You have the Nissan van, you have the cool rat rod. I have the two Defenders because they have two tops. But the classic Defender, you have the Dodge Charger, the Mustang. Everyone loves the Caprice. My Air Ford truck with the plastic body, which I know some people don't like. The beautiful Plymouth police car, and then the Jeep Rubicon. And then if we add the Nissan Titan, and then the Mercedes Wagon. So you guys tell me in the comments, because we're going to sign off here in a second, because we're at 25 minutes, what you guys think of what you think are the what's the best new model so far. You guys can see I have the 9-pack in the background. I'll open that, but I've already shown the car before. The Lamley's Leaks car. That is a caricature of me on the side. Of course, the name of the channel and the blog is Lamley. Matchbox did this. It is hitting Walmarts right now. And for those of you who didn't know, this is actually the second version of the Lamley's Leaks. The Raptor was first, and the GMC tow truck is second. Pretty cool, right? We'll do a full feature on those, or I'll do at least a photography feature on those another time. All right, guys, I am out of here. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for keeping it positive. Thanks for chatting. It's always fun to see your comments. It's always fun to do these live feeds. This one was a long one, probably a little too long, but we'll shorten it up next time. It's always nice to chat. See you guys later.